Nintendo Classic Edition footage with an Elgato Game Capture HD. So first off, let's show you what you need. The first thing you'll need is the Elgato Game Capture HD. The price for it online right now is about $100. And the next thing you'll need is your Super Nintendo Classic Edition. These are going for $80 retail, and thankfully you don't need to buy them online. If you want to, then I would suggest buying them for at least $120, or rather at the most $120, and at the least $100. There are some people that are selling it for even more than that, and I would suggest not doing that, because you can actually get the Super Nintendo Classic Edition in stores still. They're actually restocking them. There's some in Targets and a bunch of other places throughout the US. So definitely go to your local stores, retail stores, and try to get them there for at least around retail price. And the last thing you'll need are two HDMI cables. Thankfully, the Elgato comes with one, and the other one will be supplied with your Super Nintendo Classic Edition if you get one complete in box. So that's perfect right there, because you take one HDMI and you put it in the HDMI in, and then the other one goes through the HDMI out. Pretty self-explanatory, really. So now that you know what you need, let me show you just how to do it. The next thing you'll do is type in this web address, go to the Elgato website, and download the Windows program for your Elgato Game Capture HD Pro. There are other ones available as well, as you can see here and here, but today I'm doing this with a Windows PC, so that is the one I will be using. Once you've installed the software, click on this icon on your desktop, and you can open up the program itself. Okay guys, so after doing all that, your desktop should look like this. And I also want to apologize in case there's any problems with the video during this recording. My computer is not used to me doing Elgato and Open Broadcast software at the same time, but thankfully with the Elgato you will not have to do that. So that's actually pretty cool, and I'll explain that in a second for some of you that don't know about either Open Broadcast software or what the Elgato can do. So let's go over here and let's go to settings. Now we open up settings over here. By the way, the game that I have on in the background is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, a game that I'm actually playing on this channel on Matt Beats Games from his childhood. But anyway, let's look over here, and I have input device as other. Now why other? Well, because when you click down here, you can see a bunch of different, hello, you can see a bunch of different input devices, and they've even updated it with the Switch, but they don't have the Super Nintendo Classic Edition listed, or the NES either, or some other systems that you'll probably be using as well. Now, let's go over here. So we have it listed as other, and that's best. You could go to more info, but personally, I'm just fine with listing it as other right now. If you go to more info, let's see what that says here. I'm assuming, I'm going, oh, no, get me away. Do not. I do not need to look at Internet Explorer ever. So let's go down to video format, of course, or video input. Of course, we're going to have it as HDMI because we're using the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. If you need to do, and this is not for the tutorial, but if you need to do some kind of downscale, let's say you're, I don't know why you'd be streaming if you need some kind of downscale, but if you're just, I don't know, maybe a test video trying to see how the Super Nintendo Classic Edition will look if you downscale it to composite or to component, well, then you could go over to video input and change it to component, composite, and of course, S-video as well. You can go over to HDMI audio. Now, HDMI audio matters a lot because of the fact that it's HDMI or analog. The reason why this matters is because of the fact that if you don't have HDMI listed when you're using HDMI, you won't have any sound, and it's happened to me a few times before. I've actually not realized that the issue was literally just in the settings. I thought that there was something wrong with my connection or something like that. Nope, just the settings were off. So that was kind of funny, but I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you. HDMI color range, you could keep it at standard or expanded. When it comes to quality, the reason why I have it this low, actually, I don't usually keep it this low for when I do any kind of recording with the Elgato, but I'm doing this because, again, like I mentioned, the Open Broadcast software does not work well with the Elgato. Like, the computer just kind of slows down, so I want to make sure that I can actually show you guys what's playing in the background while we're doing this. Now, you've noticed the screen has gone dark. Literally, that's just something involving the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. So, when it comes to leaving the screen, kind of just not touching it for too long, just leaving it on a sign of standby mode, just hit a button and it'll go right back to being just as bright. That actually made me a little bit nervous. If you guys saw the Tutorials episode where I did I was doing the Roxio Game Capture HD Pro, and I was actually recording Super Nintendo Classic footage with that as well, and it happened there, and I kind of freaked out until I just realized all you have to do is just hit that button. So, now let's go down to cropping. I would suggest not doing any kind of cropping in this program. I would say if you want to do any kind of cropping, just do that in your video editing software of choice, but that's up to you guys. You can convert standard definition to 640 by 480. So, now the reason why that's important is because let's go over here to profile, something I nearly skipped. We have mobile standard HD 720 and HD 1080. 1080. Now, normally, if your computer can handle it, you would put yours to 720 or 1080. My computer can't, so that's why it's on standard for right now. And again, also, there's like I said earlier, there's quality, good, better, or best. Whatever works for you. Sometimes your computer might lag, so really your settings will depend on the computer that you have. So don't look at my settings and think they're the standard be-all. Yours, you might need yours a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. So let's go over to picture over here. Picture, yeah, I haven't messed with any of this in the Elgato. And I'm not going to. The reason why is because I was showing you guys how I did it, how I messed with some things with the Roxio, and honestly, I would rather just mess with any brightness, contrast, or anything like that in my video editing software of choice. Personally, mine is Adobe Premiere Pro CS6, but yours can be whatever you want it to be, and I just prefer not to do it with that, with the Elgato. So, audio, again, you could do any kind of, audio gain. Personally, again, I do it through Adobe Premiere Pro. If you want to do it through here, you can. But the reason why I do it in post, in case any of you guys are thinking to do it here, is because if you want to test it out as a little test recording or a test stream, that's fine. But if you're like me and you look at it as the final product that you're either going to edit or let's play or whatever, or use for a let's play or whatever it might be, then you're going to be left with something that you don't like and a video quality that you're not a fan of. So personally, I'd rather do it in post so that I can go, oh, I don't like that, let me change it here or change it there, rather than doing it in the video capture card. But let's move over to profiles here. Personally, I've never messed with this, but if you want to mess with it, then you can. I mean, I'm the only person that uses this, I guess, for those that have multiple people wanting to use it, perhaps. But either way, for me, it's irrelevant. And then advanced is TV compatibility. So again, if you're having problems with it connecting to your television, I guess this would help. Never happened to me, so I've never had to touch it. Now, let's get out of here to see some other cool stuff. So live streaming. Now, if you, again, in that TG Tutorials episode that I just did, that you may have seen me do, with the Roxio, because of the age, right? Because when it was released, you can't live stream. And that's really frustrating for me because even though this computer couldn't live stream, the other one that I had, I did have that capability because it was a better computer. So because I had a better computer, I could have live streamed, and I couldn't when I had the Roxio. Or at least I couldn't just through the Roxio alone. With the Elgato, you can. So you can go to live stream over here. I would imagine, you can go to no accounts. You can actually put in your account, your Twitch or your YouTube channel, and go over here and actually name the file, because I assume it'll go through, or potentially name it in settings and then end up having a whole situation where you can say, hey, when I'm on Twitch, these are my settings. When I'm on YouTube, these are my settings. Game audio, I have it low here. As you've seen some of our Let's Plays on this channel or reviews and stuff like that, we don't have the audio up because just in general fear, and yes, fear, of the copyright overlords on YouTube that, or just those that are copyright trolling. So we don't usually put game audio in our games. The horror games we do, or any game that is reliant on sound, but normally we try to stray away from that. So if that's what you want to do, and also by the way, here I'm talking to you guys, so obviously I wouldn't want to have game audio overpowering me. So game audio is at 0. You could put it higher, you could put it all the way up to 100%, but you just don't need it. You can also, I guess, click this to mute it. Or personally, I have it all the way at 0 because, again, I don't need it. Live commentary is great as well. So live commentary, it says live, but you can also do it while you're recording a game as well. As you guys can tell, I was testing it earlier because it's set up with my Yeti stereo microphone. You can actually click right here to pick any microphone you want if you have other microphones plugged in, or you can just use your internal, let's say your laptop's microphone, or any device's microphone. But I'm not a big fan of the internal microphones in either laptops or wherever they may be, because the thing is, guys, is that if your laptop is like mine and it's not overheating, but it's making sounds that clearly the gears are grinding and things are working, using your internal laptop's microphone, you're going to catch all that. So you're going to catch all that static no matter what you do. No matter if your entire room is insulated and you have the best setup, it's going to catch the static from the laptop. So I would suggest getting an external microphone. It doesn't have to be something as expensive as a Yeti, but it could easily just be a headset, just something that you can talk into that isn't the actual laptop's mic. So obviously the mic isn't set up right now because I'm recording this through Open Broadcast software, but if I wanted to, I could easily click here. Now, this is the weird thing, and I'm not a big fan of. It starts the commentary, but it doesn't start the recording at the same time. So I have to hit the commentary and then hit the recording. So what I would imagine is, if I'm going on Twitch, I guess, I would click the recording, say, hey guys, I'm here, just give me a second to start the video, and then click record on the video. Although, to be fair, I mean, I guess you don't have to click record the stream. Yes, the stream button is actually right here. That shows you how much I've been on Twitch. So the stream button is right here. So you can click commentary, say, hey guys, I'm alive, and then click stream right here. Or if you want to record, click record right there. If you want to record your streams, I guess you'd click all three. Don't know what that would do to your system, if your system can handle it. I know mine definitely cannot. So let's scroll down here. Also, by the way, I have this. Oh, hello, clock. You guys might hear my grandfather clock in the background. All right, so let's scroll down here to see what's down here. There's Elgato Sound Capture, which I don't really mess with, although it messes with my computer frequently, so that's nice. It's actually, sometimes it'll take away, like if I'm trying to plug in a headphone, it'll say, do you want it to plug into the Elgato Sound Capture? And I have to explain to the laptop that, no, I'm not using the Elgato for that, so thanks. Anyway, so let's go to, you see right here over at tags, right? Now, do you need tags? Personally, I don't. Why do I not? Because I personally know this is going to go into a folder where it's only going to be like a link to the past folder or something like that. But if you, and also the fact that you have to edit it as something new each and every time. I don't know if the tags are more so, some of them, like the description and stuff, are more so involved with, let's say if you're using Twitch to stream or something like that. But the reason why I mention you have to change them every time is because even when I just click record, My Great Capture becomes the name of every game, right? But the reason why I don't care to change it is because, again, every time you have to change it again, and more importantly, it's not like it's going to erase your old My Great Capture, quote unquote. So it doesn't mean that, so in other words, you can keep on recording and it'll just be like My Great Capture 1, 2, 3, 4. So you don't have to worry about it overwriting your old save, if you will. We're using game terms here. All right, so let's scroll back up and I want to go over to edit. And so edit is something I don't use, but maybe it's something that you would like to use. So you actually see some clips that I was recording, testing it out earlier. You can share directly through the Elgato, which is something that I actually haven't been taking full advantage of, and I feel terrible for not doing that. I mean, you can share through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, email, Apple TV, iPad, iPhone. Oh, dang, Movie Maker. Wow. Okay, so actually, this is pretty interesting. So I actually have not been utilizing this because, again, I've mentioned earlier, it's a bit harder to record through the Elgato on this machine. And more importantly, I edit myself in, as you guys have seen through our Let's Plays, so I don't need to, I don't use Twitch and stuff like that right now anyway, so I don't need to use any of these. But maybe you do, so I just want to show it off to you guys. So let's go back to capture over here. I'm sure that's not affecting the stream at all, or, the recording at all. And yeah, so I just want to thank you all so much for watching. Ooh, before we go, I want to see over here, disable preview. That also, okay, so it depends. If you have this plugged into your television through HDMI, stuff like that, then honestly, disabling preview might actually help your computer out. And even though, yes, it sucks you can't see where it's going, to be fair, but, if you're trying to manage a bunch of different things at once on one laptop, disabling the preview might help. The video preview might actually help you out. So that's a tip for you guys in case you're ever a little, worried about trying to live stream and your computer isn't what some would say is up to snuff. Also over here is a capture button. I just don't care about the screenshots internally in programs like this. I would just open up a video program like VLC or something like that, or I would just, screen cap it in Adobe Premiere Pro. So, but if you guys want to screen cap it in the program itself, that's the way you do it. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and let's jump back to me in the quote-unquote studio, which really is just me in front of a shelf. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching another episode of TG Tutorials, and please remember to like and subscribe if you like the video, and comment below with any future suggestions for future episodes, or future suggestions, sure, why not? Or you can actually ask me any questions about your recording setup, and I can try to help you as best as I can. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and please tune in next time for another episode of TG Tutorials. Alright guys, so see ya!